There's a long and noble history in calling your shots in literature. Mark Danielewski, John Fowles, any story that ever began with, and this was a summer they would never forget, I'm looking at you. But that high rate of failure is what makes it that much more exhilarating when someone follows through on their exorbitant promises. Kelly Link in Magic for Beginners does just that. In one of my favorite stories in the collection, Lull, she has a bunch of middle-aged men, disaffected with life, sitting around a poker table who decide to call a sex line. This sex line, they can request a particular person, Starlight, and ask for any story they want. Normally it's a sentence or two, but Kelly has some promises to make. Ed says, "So are you going to tell me a story?" Starlight says, "That's what I'm here for, but usually the guy wants to know what I'm wearing." Ed says, "I want to hear a story about a cheerleader and the devil." Bone says, "So what's she wearing?" Pete says, "Make it a story that goes backward." Jeff says, "Put something scary in it." Alibi says, "Sexy." Brenner says, "I want it to be about good and evil and true love, and it should also be funny. No talking animals, not too much fooling around with the narrative structure. The ending should be happy but still realistic, believable, you know, and there shouldn't be a moral, although we should be able to think about it later and have some sort of revelation. No, and suddenly they all woke up and discovered it was a dream. Got that?" Starlight says, "Okay. The devil and a cheerleader. Got it. Okay." That's just one of the many stories in this collection, including the wonderfully named Some Zombie Contingency Plans. In it, in her slipstream, kitchen sink magical realism style, Kelly Link mixes fantastical elements, like working at a convenience store on the edge of the zombie apocalypse, or the 368-point 18-letter word your grandmother claims is a real one in Scrabble, and has them be real, and gets at real emotional truths about family and growing up, the first time you fell in love, and heartbreak, and does it in such a moving and technically brilliant way it's hard to put the book down. I hope you enjoy it.